Viewers, what is the value of a ceasefire that collapses before the ink dries? Within hours of the ceasefire being announced, Iran was accusing US of violations. Israel is pounding Lebanon, and the Strait of Hormuz was closed again. This is Pakistan's moment of glory. This is the so-called diplomatic triumph that Pakistan and its cheerleaders are celebrating. And let us be clear, viewers, Iran said it would not reopen Hormuz for anything less than a permanent ceasefire. But here is what the Pakistan cheerleaders in India do not want you to know. While Pakistan was busy claiming credit for a deal that fell apart, India was quietly, steadily getting the job done. What was this job? Through diplomacy, India has ensured safe passage of our ships, even in this war environment. Several ships stuck in Hormuz have now arrived. Others are en route. Prime Minister Modi held talks with Iran's president, the Saudi Crown Prince, emphasizing safe passage for Indian ships and uninterrupted energy supplies. That's really at the heart of this. That is what matters. And that is what real diplomacy looks like, viewers, not some social media hype. Pakistan's glory is and was imaginary. India did not need to be a cheerleader for any side. India did not need a photo opportunity in the White House. You get the drift. India needed its ships safe and its energy secure. That was the mission, and the mission is accomplished. This is the difference between optics and outcomes, between noise and results, viewers, between a failing state seeking relevance. And here's a reminder of what Pak cheerleaders have been up to so far. Listen to this.
जो पाकिस्तान का रोल है उसको हम इग्नोर नहीं कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि पाकिस्तान ने इस वक्त सालिसी करके, मीडिएट करके दुनिया को एक तीसरी जंग से बचाया है। उम्मीद करती हूँ कि हमारा मुल्क हिंदुस्तान और पाकिस्तान भी जो उनके अपने मसले मसाइल हैं उनको मिलजुल के एक टेबल पे बैठ के एक सिविलाइज तरीके से हल करेंगे।
पाकिस्तान अंतर्राष्ट्रीय स्तर पर संबंधों को, अपनी फॉरेन पॉलिसी को मजबूत कर रहा है। वहीं भारत अपना विदेश नीति में कमजोर दिखाई दे रहा है। अगर ये युद्ध रोकने में भारत कामयाब हो जाता तो आज दुनिया में भारत का स्थान विश्व गुरु में माना जाता और रखा जाता।
100% हमारी डिप्लोमेसी, हमारी फॉरेन पॉलिसी फेल हो गई। पाकिस्तान जो उसकी हैसियत नहीं थी, वो मीडिएशन करा करके युद्ध रुकवा रहा है, ये काम तो भारत का था।
सीज फायर का श्रेय मिल रहा है पाकिस्तान को। ये भारत के लिए और प्रधानमंत्री मोदी के लिए बहुत ही एम्बैरसिंग बात है। इस्लामाबाद में शांति वार्ता चलेगी और जागतिक वर्ल्ड मैप पर पाकिस्तान को महत्व मिलेगा, इस्लामाबाद को महत्व मिलेगा।
This is what the Pakistani cheerleaders have been saying. This was just to rejog your memory. Let's open this up. RSN Singh, Faizan Kidwai, the national spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party, Siddharth Sharma, national spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party, Advocate Niladri Bhattacharya, Nikhil Jain, Karan Verma completes this panel. Nikhil, the Congress Party, top leaders of the Congress have been cheering Pakistan for what they believe is their, significant role in mediating peace, in ensuring this ceasefire.
Pranesh, I think you've gotten a habit of reading meanings into things where there aren't any meanings. Nobody from the Congress has praised Pakistan. What the people from the Congress have raised is the issue that India has been the Vishwa Guru of South Asia for decades, and it was our chance, it was our place to be mediating such an important world issue. but we've missed on it, and Pakistan took the ship from us metaphorically, and this shows the failure of the Modi diplomacy. Number two, I don't really understand why is it that BJP supporters are always supporting America and Israel in this conflict against Iran, despite the fact that America is the same country that stood with Pakistan in the 71 war. They're the same country whose president humiliates our prime minister day in and day out on the international stage. Meanwhile, Iran is a centuries-old ally, a friend who gave us cheap oil in Indian rupees, which stood with us against Pakistan on the Kashmir issue. Fact is that Donald Trump is a madman. There is no support for this war going on in Iran, Lebanon, Gaza, even in the United States, let alone anywhere else in the world.
This is not about Donald Trump. Nikhil, 1 minute. Don't get confused, please, and stop misleading the viewer. I asked you one simple question. You are saying India should be mediating. Why should India be mediating?
Because that is what a Vishwaguru does. That is what India sought to do with Ukraine. That is what India did in Bhutan. That is what India did in Sri Lanka. That is what India did in Maldives. That is what India has done through successive governments, whether Indira Gandhi, Rajiv Gandhi, Atal Bihari Vajpayee, Manmohan Singh, or even attempts by Narendra Modi. It is only after my friend Dolan came into the picture that for some reason Prime Minister Modi just wants to stay silent.
Okay,
And
why don't you tell our viewers about the three big mediations done by the Congress party, Congress governments? Three big mediations. Nikhil?
I will list them out for you, just if you allow me 20 seconds. First was the Sri Lanka Pact that was brokered during the Rajiv Gandhi. That was not the first, there have been ones before. In 1987, a peace accord was mediated by India in Sri Lanka in 1987. Then, during the transition to monarchy,
how many Indian
in
soldiers...
Indian government helped, which was Dr. Manmohan Singh. Before
Nikhil, 1 minute. Why do you embarrass yourself? Why? Think about your image. How many Indian soldiers died because of that miscalculation by Rajiv Gandhi?
Big power does.
I think you need more time to, give me the three examples I asked. Yes, sir.
Pointed reply to this. I am now quoting one gentleman. One of the biggest mistakes we ever did was getting involved in other affairs, and we learnt it the hard way. We learnt it the hard way in 54, after which 62 happened, when we tried to interfere in the Korean War, and we learnt it the hard way when Rajiv Gandhi sent the troops for the peacekeeping. You know who said that, Nikhil? Natwar Singh, lifelong Congress person, external affairs minister, a lifelong diplomat. So that is what happens when you interfere in other people's matters. हमें बेगानी शादी में अब्दुल्ला नहीं बनना, आपको बनना होगा अब्दुल्ला. ये देश अब्दुल्ला का नहीं है, ये आप समझो बात को. We are a nation that has to watch out for its own interests. Unlike Pakistan, where there was rationing of fuel, where 4 out of the 7 days, Pranesh, there was work from home because they could not afford it. That trophy chore, that Mohsin Naqvi, whoever that person is, he said, I was so busy with world peace that we could not manage PSL. You know, the lights went out in PSL. And these people, they say we are the mediators, and the entire ecosystem yesterday was going mad that Pakistan has become the leader of the global south. Now, this is what the leader of the global south looks like. They can't afford to have 2 square meals on the plate. And these Congresses, they continue being their mouthpiece. Whether it is the argument that Narendra surrendered or how many jets fell down, these people are the biggest cheerleaders of Pakistan. And then they argue, why are we called anti-national? For reasons like this, Nikhil.
Faizan Kidwai, do you agree with Nikhil Jain when he says India should be mediating?
See, good evening, Pranesh. First of all, I just want to bring to your notice that I'm sure everybody knows that how Narendra Modi and his ecosystem was talking about कि पापा ने वॉर रुकवा दी, so if India should not mediate, तो पापा ने वॉर क्यों रुकवा दी थी?
मैं जवाब देता हूं सर, इसका जवाब मैं देता हूं. फैजान भाई, सवाल आपने पूछा, जवाब भी ले लीजिए, बिकॉज अभी हमारे समिट में कांग्रेस के बड़े नेता आए थे जो आजकल अनडिस्क्लोज लोकेशन पे हैं, पवन खेड़ा. उन्होंने भी स्टेज पे यही बोला था. तो उस समय की सीमा थी, तो वो सवाल जवाब रह गया. इसका जवाब ये, हमने वॉर इसीलिए रुकवाया था ताकि जो भारतीय वहां फंसे थे वो वापस लाया जा सके. हमारा इंटरेस्ट हो गया वहां खत्म. हमने अपने नेशनल इंटरेस्ट, अपने लोगों को सिक्योर किया, इसीलिए रुकवाई थी.
Sir, यहाँ पे Pranesh, I mean, this is laughable what you're saying. This is unfortunate. I'm sure you know that there are around more than 90 lakh Indians living in the Gulf countries. Remittances more than 4 lakh crores comes to India from the Gulf countries. So this is in the interest of Indians. If there was a situation like war that is happening in the Gulf countries, Narendra Modi has all the responsibility to make sure that Indians living abroad, they are either safe there or safely brought back to
This
India.
is not about Indians. No, sir, in Ukraine, we brought back the Indian students.
Yes, we
Now,
did, but majority
people of India, it's not making sense, Faizan bhai.
एक छोटी सी बात देखिए, ये फैजान जी ना अखिलेश जी को ढंग से पढ़ते नहीं है। अखिलेश जी ने 3 साल पहले कहा था क्या विश्व गुरु करने में लगे हुए हो, अपना देखो। 2022 की बात है ये, जस्ट इन द बिल्डअप ऑफ द यूपी इलेक्शंस। हमें विश्व गुरु वगैरह नहीं बनना। आज क्या कह रहे हैं फैजान जी, विश्व गुरु बनना चाहिए था। अपना रोटी देखो, अपना पानी देखो, अपना खर्चा देखो। आज फैजान जी कह रहे हैं कि नहीं नहीं हमें विश्व गुरु बनना है। टुडे व्हेन अ कंट्री वॉचेस फॉर इट्स इंटरेस्ट, ही हैज अ प्रॉब्लम।
Please, Faizan bhai, please go ahead.
So at least I request Karan, please kindly don't interject. आप अपने टाइम पे बोलिएगा, I'll listen to you and then I'll come to you. तो विश्व गुरु आपको नहीं बनना है, चलिए अच्छी बात है, पहली बात बताया, वरना हर दिन तो ये था कि वी आर द लीडर्स ऑफ द ग्लोबल साउथ. फाइनली करण जी who supports भारतीय जनता पार्टी says that we have no intention to be the leader of the global south. Sir, अभी let me sir, please let me complete. ओके चलिए, आपको मीडिएट नहीं करना है. इंडिया की एक हिस्ट्री है. We have been known to be the champions of non-aligned movement. It was Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru who refused to become a pawn in the hands of Soviet and the US during the Cold War. He refused to sign SEATO and CENTO pacts because for him India's strategic autonomy was of great importance, unlike Mr. Narendra Modi who compromised कि भाई ईरान से ऑयल नहीं लेंगे, हम रशिया से ऑयल नहीं लेंगे. So this is a spineless prime minister, a डरपोक prime minister who was asked by Trump to go to Israel and become a puppet in the hands of this criminal Netanyahu who has an international warrant against him. This reduced the respect and reputation of India globally. चलिए, आपको बाहर को मीडिएट नहीं करना है, कम से कम हिंदुस्तान के अंदर तो हालात बेहतर कर देते. Just let me read this data for your benefit, sir. China has 1.4 billion barrels of oil reserves. China produces 34% of its energy from solar, wind and hydro power. Or China has a LNG reserve of 60 billion cubic meters. Hindustan में ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. We hardly had oil reserves for 5 to 6 days. India mein the LPG production, the LPG consumption has gone up, but our strategic reserves are still the same, 12 million metric tons.
I'll tell you फैजान भाई, इसका एक छोटा सा आंसर देता हूं, then I'll get in the others. एक तो जैसे मैंने पहले कहा कि आप भी निखिल जैन की तरह तेज बोलने लगे हैं, and you, but in doing that you compromise on, logic, common sense. Usually, I agree with most of what you say, but आप देखिए this China example. How is this even relevant, Faizan bhai? Even if you remotely ridicule Xi Jinping in China, you will not be seen the next day. अब आप बोलिए यहां वो क्यों नहीं है, वहां डेमोक्रेसी नहीं है, आप बोल रहे हैं यहां डेमोक्रेसी क्यों नहीं है. सर ये तो बहुत ही छोटी वॉट अबाउटरी है ना. तो हम कहां जा रहे हैं इस आर्ग्यूमेंट को लेके. मैंने शुरू में कह दिया व्हाट वाज एट स्टेक. एनर्जी, सेफ्टी ऑफ आवर पीपल, एक्सेस, वो सब हम कर रहे हैं. वी आर टॉकिंग टू ऑल साइड्स. वी आर टॉकिंग टू ईरान, वी आर टॉकिंग टू सऊदी, वी आर टॉकिंग टू अमेरिकन्स. Iran has been thanking India. Oh, what is the problem? Siddharth Sharma, should India be mediating and why?
No, Ranesh, it's very simple. Where was Vishwaguru missing in action when Vishwa Yuddha was at the world's doorstep? How come BJP, which stops Russia-Ukraine war, was neither consulted before the war nor asked by anyone to stop it? I'm not speaking about mediation here. The insult over injury was BJP cajoling Iran for Hormuz exit in alien currency when BJP itself stopped Iran's rupee account in Kolkata's UCO Bank. Just goes to show that if you seek medals from one party before the war, nobody will see BJP as neutral enough to ask it to become an umpire. When Manipur burns, Modi ji flies away to Israel in his 8,000 crore jet. जब इजराइल जलता है तो ढोल मंजीरा बजाने बंगाल में दिखने लग जाते हैं. How come BJP's timing is worse than Prithvi Shaw's? I wonder. In fact, the proverbial key question to the fatherland is how come Atankwadi Desh became a Shanti Doot? Under whose watch did Iran steal Vishwaguru Dam from 56-inch share? Looks like BJP is hell-bent on proving itself to be a house of cards led by a paper tiger. Isn't it so? Isn't it so? Till yesterday, if you were saying we are Vishwaguru and today the BJP spokesperson says that we don't want to be a Vishwaguru, you need to clarify yourself whether you want to be a Vishwaguru or not. If you are a Vishwaguru, show yourself as a Vishwaguru. How come in 40 days Iran has become a Vishwaguru and you have become a Vishwachela? Why? How come when the entire world is speaking about Iran war, our Prime Minister is ढोल मंजीरा बजा रहे हैं बंगाल में जाके, और ये कौन सा मजाक है साहब?
चलिए, मुझे लगता है खत्म हो गई आपकी स्क्रिप्ट. सिद्धार्थ शर्मा, इट वाज अ गुड ट्राई. निखिल, डोंट लाफ. आपने कहा इंडिया इज नॉट इवन सीन एज बीइंग न्यूट्रल. पाकिस्तान इज न्यूट्रल, सर. इज पाकिस्तान इवन सिविल? Pakistan is a rogue state. What are you trying to do? Glorify Pakistan? That look, Pakistan has been chosen over India because Pakistan is some great democratic country, fair, humane. सिद्धार्थ शर्मा जी, क्या प्रूव करना चाहते हैं?
सर, आपने मेरा स्टेटमेंट शायद ढंग से सुना नहीं.
स्टेटमेंट नहीं था सर, ऐसे पढ़ दिया आपने.
अरे सर, I consider it below me to name any entity which is below India's stature. I never named any country. The simple thing is India is the Vishwaguru. How come India was not called? How come India
Why
was
should
not
India
called?
be called, sir?
Starting a war or ending before ending this war?
Siddharth Sharma ji, why should India be called? This is not our war.
Did not name any country. How come an Atankwadi Desh becomes a Shanti Doot? That's the question here.
Mr. Bhattacharya, do you agree with what you've heard or do you want to add something?
See, Pranesh, I have been hearing this for quite a long time. See, it's a matter of perception, Pranesh. Understand one thing. 2 days prior to the war breaks out, we go in and get a medal from this Knesset, and with all thumping of the backs and the... Then we fail to protest the killing of the 165 school children and the girls aged 7 to 12. We delayed that. We did it, but we delayed on it. We failed to protect a ship which has come for a friendly naval exercise and just gets hit by American submarines just off our coast. These issues show that India has shifted from a non-aligned part to a strategic alliance part. Now, where we have faltered, the problem is we were buying Russian oils at a huge discount. Mr. Trump comes and gives us tariffs and says, don't buy. Then he gives us permission to buy for 1 month.
But we never stopped.
But then what happens?
No, Mr. Bhattacharya, Trump may have said what you're claiming, but we never stopped buying Russian oil.
Yes, but when we went to buy, then the Russians stopped giving us the discount. So who is at loss? Now please understand, the presidency of the BRICS and India being always a South Asian superpower.
Mr. Bhattacharya, let's keep it simple for the viewers. Why do we all gather, in evenings? We do this for the viewer. So let's keep the viewer interest first. Let me ask you one simple question. You are saying that India kept quiet when US torpedoed an Iranian vessel and Iranian soldiers died, right? Now, by your logic, Iran should be miffed, right? They should, have that sense of betrayal, right? Kuch to boliye, yes or no?
No. What I'm telling you, Pranesh, what Iran will do, only Iran can say. I cannot say on behalf of Iran. But what I can say is this, as a friendly nation, when I have called a guest to my house, it is my duty also to ensure a safe passage for him.
Yeah, that we are doing, sir. Do you know what happened after that? The number of Iranian soldiers who were there in Kochi.
I know.
Then why are you being selective, Karan?
We know it. But
No, the gentleman just talked about perception. Now, what is Pakistan's perception? They should know about the countries they are meddling with. They do not, first of all, they do not talk to Israel. They have no relationship with Israel. One of the shareholders, one of the stakeholders on the table doesn't even have a hotline with Israel, no relationship. That's the kind of mediator Pakistan is. Saudi Arabia has deported 24,000 Pakistanis because they are beggars. They come, loot, steal, they're thrown out. Azerbaijan, 2,500 beggars, Pakistanis deported. UAE, 6,000. Israel doesn't speak with you. Pakistan cannot broker an alliance between its various factions. The Pashtuns are ready to tear them apart, align with the Afghan Taliban. You have the Baluchis who are ready to cede away from Pakistan. We saw what happened with the BLA, Baluchistan Liberation Army. Every day you have crackdowns against the Sindhis. What are you talking about? Pakistan has no credibility. In fact, Hamid Mir, one of the Pakistan cheerleaders, one of the journalists said, it would be unfair to call us a mediator. We don't have the kind of clout that we can possibly be a mediator. But look here in India, we have Nikhil Jain, and last night we had Sanjay Jha, who said, Congress has been warning you, and look, Pakistan has outmaneuvered and outsmarted India. These cheerleaders of Pakistan, the kind we have here, Nikhil Jain and all, that is why they are called anti-nationals, and they deserve that tag, Pranesh. A failed state, a rogue state, is being held as the global leader of the South. This is the tragedy of certain Indians that we have in this country.
Let me bring in RSN Singh. He's been listening all this intently. Sir, what would you tell those who think that this is Pakistan's great victory and that India should learn from Pakistan? Let's just keep it to this question, sir.
Firstly, this so-called mediation, which was never a mediation, yesterday also, I categorically said this is back channel talks. Now, back channels talks can be at clerical level, at any level, and it happens in every conflict. So that is a venue for back channel talks, because as I said yesterday, it is Pakistan which has borders with Iran, right? An Iranian has no way to travel to Pakistan at this time of the conflict. No aircraft is operating. The Strait of Hormuz is closed by them. So Pakistan never had the stature, nor the diplomatic heft, nor the credential, to mediate between the biggest conflict of the 21st century with civilizational undertones. Pakistan is a theocratic state. Iran is a theocratic state. Israel in a way is a theocratic state. Now, what locus and die Pakistan has to mediate between the Shias, the Sunnis, the Jews and the Christians? So this was doomed to fail. And that is why from the first, the word go. The Israelis were never there. Do you have any information? Has any Israeli traveled to Pakistan? Or any... There are, firstly, there are too many, warring sides. Israel, Iran, US, and the Gulf states. Now you tell me, don't we enjoy good relations with all of them?
No, all of that is true, sir. But, people like Nikhil Jain, Faizan Bhai, they want India, in that mediator's chair. They are saying, why are we not mediating? Why?
Just one small statement. Pranesh, did you see China or Russia come in between and say that we want to be the mediators? We want to settle this war? Did you see any self-respecting nation that has much to lose, which is a strong economy, come forward and say, oh, let's be that mediator? A sycophant, no good Pakistan alone a vassal state, can only be used for this purpose by the America.
I said this
and Nikhil wants that. Nikhil wants that. That's the problem.
China is not, wanting to mediate. Russia is not interested. Nikhil Jain is, pushing India to mediate. Nikhil?
So was Bajpayee ji wrong when he mediated a peace accord in Bhutan in 2003?
Nikhil,
was Manmohan Singh
when
wrong
we want
when he
to
mediated a peace accord in Nepal? Was Rajiv Gandhi wrong when he initiated a peace accord in Sri Lanka in '87? Or was Bajpayee ji wrong when he started the bond process support in Afghanistan in 2001? Or was Lal Bahadur Shastri ji wrong when the Takshant agreement happened? Was
Nikhil, I answered your question. We will mediate, intervene. 1 minute. When we want to.
The MEA
it ends there.
We stopped the Russia-Ukraine war. This is the fakery of this 56-inch Kiki Khaka diplomacy. This is the problem.
that when it comes to actually being Vishwa Guru, tab Israel की गोदी में जाके बैठ जाते हैं प्रधानमंत्री. But when it
Okay, Nikhil, 1 minute. 1 minute. Between China and Pakistan, which is a bigger country, stronger economy, more mazboot nation, so to say?
Red Fort पे blast होता
Nikhil, answer my question. You want to trivialize this debate? Then you can keep talking in one window without audio. You want that to happen? Answer my question. Don't trivialize this debate, please. Between Pakistan and China, which is a more stronger country?
Name Pakistan. That is where the diplomacy and strategic autonomy of the country stands today. That 3 days before Israel and US start this illegal act of war and aggression against Iran, the Prime Minister goes and stands in the Israeli National Assembly and says, we stand with Israel. Why do we stand with Israel? Are we a puppet state of Israel? Are we also in the Epstein gang? Why? These are questions that, Pranesh, you should have asked.
I asked the right questions to right people. Nikhil, you can't answer one simple question between Pakistan and China. Which is the stronger country?
Is there a BJP spokesperson?
You tell me. You answer my question. This is not about BJP. You answer this question. I'm sure you're aware of, geopolitics, current affairs. It's a basic question. Nikhil, come on.
Yet the BJP doesn't deem fit to send a spokesperson to your show. Why? Because they're running away from this topic. Why is there not a BJP spokesperson on your show right now? Please tell me that.
How will that make your argument logical, Nikhil? How will that make your argument logical?
Can I please briefly answer this? You know, the problem with Nikhil is he doesn't read geopolitics. He doesn't read anything now. He's all the time ranting and raving here. He just said, why do we have a relationship with Israel? Why did the Prime Minister go that? You know, Pranesh, which Prime Minister regretted not having a relationship with Israel? Indira Gandhi. In 1971, through back channel talks and through RAW at that time, we procured weapons that helped us in the 1971 war, and she regretted that we did not have diplomatic relations with Israel. I was so focused only on Palestine that we could not have relations with them. And it was much later, in fact, 1991, when we finally had full diplomatic ties with Israel. So, of course, we'll have relations with Israel. We procure weapons from them. Of course, we'll have relations with US. We'll have relations with Iran. The Iranian foreign minister was continuously in touch with us. In fact, one of the countries that did well to secure its ships through the Strait of Hormuz, as per the BBC, as per the maritime studies, was India. So, we've had, Faizan ji just said, we'll always be non-aligned. Without realizing what he just said, this is multi-alignment. Even by non-aligned status, it doesn't mean start meddling in people's affairs. He then mentioned strategic autonomy, precisely what we've practiced here. So we are the ones who've practiced our foreign policy.
Okay, he wants to say something. Yeah. Yes, sir.
First of all, if we want to be non-aligned, as Nikhil very rightly pointed out, there was no point for the Honorable Prime Minister to go to Israel and do whatever he did there. He made a mockery of himself. He made a mockery of India. He was seen as a puppet who was there because Donald Trump forced him to be there. He calls Israel the fatherland. He humiliates everything that India stands for. Sir, first of all, see, Pakistan for a very long time was isolated. We did enough to label it as a terror sponsor. Throughout the world, Pakistan had lost its credibility. But today, when Donald Trump praises Pakistan, it praises its prime minister, it praises its army chief. Iranian foreign minister says they are like my brothers. UK is praising Pakistan. Australia, European Union, China, everybody is praising Pakistan. Why is this happening? This is happening, sir, because India failed to take the lead. And why did India fail? Because we have a prime minister who's so self-obsessed.
I want to actually...
15 seconds.
All these
15
PR
seconds,
stunts, sir, please let me complete, sir.
You know,
Sir,
he
let
just
me
said
complete,
that
sir.
Pakistan was always isolated. Pakistan was never isolated before 2014. Firstly, the OIC nations supported Pakistan during 71. All these nations sent their weapons, just so you know. Pakistan also got refuelings at various points. OIC passed resolutions, sent weapons. Nothing of that sort happened this time during Operation Sindoor. So Faizan ji, if anything, how the diplomacy tanked back in the day when US sent its fleet, the only nation that stood with us at that time was Russia and Israel to a large extent. That's about it. From there, we've come a long way where nobody did anything during Operation Sindoor, barring China and barring Turkey. And
you think he doesn't know?
So that's what I'm saying. And by the way, Mulayam Singh Yadav, what did he say in 2013? Why are we sidelining Pakistan?
That's
Pakistan is a younger brother. The real threat is China. Pakistan is never a threat.
पैसा दे दो.
ये था पाकिस्तान के बारे में कहना मुलायम सिंह यादव जी का.
Now let me talk about another Yadav. This example is only to make you understand, Faizan bhai, with no offense. No offense to, anyone on the panel and to people who are watching this. Lalu Prasad Yadav is a convicted politician. Faizan bhai?
Yes, he was framed by Bharatiya Janata Party. Yes,
He is convicted, right?
he was framed illegally, unethically, wrongly by Bharatiya Janata Party.
Okay. Well, is he convicted? Yes or no?
Yes, there was some case for which
Some case, yes. Fodder case. Fodder case, okay. Now, I don't want to say that, Congress initiated, etc. I know. He is convicted. But the Congress still courts him. Your party, the Samajwadi Party, courts him. Does that mean that Lalu Yadav gets a clean sheet? That he is more honorable? आप वैसे बात कर रहे हैं कि पाकिस्तान is a terror state, but because, it is being used to mediate or for back channel talks, India should learn from Pakistan. मुझे ये example देना नहीं था because nothing else would have made people understand.
No. India should never learn from Pakistan. India should learn from its own mistakes that we elected somebody who's so spineless, sir.
Never intervene.
Who's so spineless.
We are doing it, sir. We are correcting all the historical blunders. We will never take Kashmir to United Nations.
Exactly.
We are not doing that again. Which is why we had to abrogate Article 370. We are learning all our mistakes. It will take time. Faizan bhai. Yeah, Nikhil, you have a point?
First of all, I don't know what history Karan Verma reads from that he doesn't know that Pakistan was added to the FATF grey list in 2008 under the Dr. Manmohan Singh government, and it was removed in 2022 under the Modi government, and later it was also made the chair for the Anti-Terrorism Committee of the United Nations, all under the watch of our great...
Then why are you glorifying Pakistan
Most favored
then?
nation. They had given the most favored nation to Pakistan, and they have the audacity to say this. You have given the most favored nation to Pakistan.
Nikhil, don't worry about what history Karan Verma reads. You should be reading some history. Okay? After the show ends, please do that. We'll have to shift our attention, viewers. Colonel RSN Singh, thank you for joining us, sir. We are shifting to another topic.